Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Sabba-diggity dogs from all over the world. And welcome to Boop, 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 Boop. Dang it. Voice fail. Professional introduction. Hi, everybody. Here we are, man. We're a little bit late today. Sorry about that. Just been busy with a whole bunch of other hermits this evening. We've been up to some shenanigans. Oh, yes. Hello? Hi. Hi there. I would suggest keeping your eyeballs real close to Cub Fan's channel, because the shenanigans tonight were awesome. Hello? Hello? Hi. So, yeah, a little bit late this evening because was busy recording shenanigans. But we're back, dudes. It's Tuesday, right? It is Tuesday, correct? Let me just make sure. IRL's been a bit crazy these last couple weeks, guys. I'm a bit discombobulated. It is Tuesday, correct? Tell you what, let's get ourselves out to the boat race real quick. Because that's where I want to chill tonight, man. I just want to lay some track with you guys tonight, man. We're just going to chill tonight, alright? Play some blocks, hang out, do some chatting. You know how we do. By the way, ridiculous things going on in the notification machine. We haven't even started yet, and the notification machine's broken. Why, guys? Why you do this to me? Jeez. Hold on, 1 second. Let me just start at the bottom. Goodness gracious. Okay. Wow. Hi, everybody. I missed you guys too, man. Jeez. Who we got over here? Nigel's back at it with the 30 months. Hey, Nigel. Welcome back, dude. Welcome back. Welcome back. Loving the progress on the ice track. Yes, me too. Oh, man. It's coming together real spicy out here. It's beautiful. Put out an episode today showcasing some of the progress. But if you guys have been watching the stream, we've been doing a lot of this work on stream together. So you guys have seen all of this. I was thinking about potentially tackling this issue with you guys tonight, right? This, like, what happens to the track here? Originally, the track kind of shrunk into a much thinner track here, but it looked kind of weird. It looked like a trumpet or something. I kind of want the track to be this wide. So it looks like we might have to dig into this mountainside. I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy. It might, like, completely destroy the natural beauty of this area. On the other hand, I kind of had this vision where the track would be running through this mountain and you would just see through the roof of the track every now and then, right? There'd be like openings where you would see down into the track. And that's how we'd get light down there. I think that'd be pretty cool. I mean, here's the thing. If we... Okay, hold on. Let's see. If we have to widen this, or we have to dig through this, how long is this going to be this thick for, right? Look, we're going to have to dig through all of this, all of this, all of this, all of this. Oh, and then I guess it joins here, right? So it's actually not that bad. That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, actually. Man, maybe we just do some excavating today, guys. What do you think? Oh, geez, man. Distracted. Listen, dudes. Do a bridge. Ooh. Bridge? Ooh. Wait a minute. Florence. That is a pretty cool idea. Do a bridge. Do a bridge. I'm just trying to figure out how this might work, right? Because if it's a boat race... So say there's like a bridge like this, right? Without any, I'm thinking like the bridge, you can fall off the bridge, right? So maybe you fall off the bridge, but then to get back on the track, you've got to take like a bubble vader somewhere, right? Like maybe there's a bubble vader here, you know? So you fall off the bridge, but you can like go into the bubble vader to get back on track. That's a pretty cool idea. Dang it. Distracted again. Murasand, 2 months in a row. Thank you very much, Murasand. And Foofy is back at it with the 2 months. Feels longer somehow. Been loving your episodes. Thank you very much, Foofy. Appreciate that. Sylbana Wolf is here with the 28 months. Hey, Sylbana, approaching that 30-month mark. You love to see it. And speaking of OGs, guys, please, can we take a moment, tip one out, get every foghorn and noise blasted. Bjornar is back at it with the 83 months, top 5 longest subscriber on the channel, everybody. Bjornar says, where have the years gone? Bjornar, my dude, when we first started streaming together, all those years ago, all those 83 months ago, I didn't have a 6-pack, but I had like a 2-pack, right? Like, you could see a couple muscles on my stomach, you know what I'm saying? Let me just check now. Yeah, no, there's no muscles down there now. I mean, it's still looking pretty decent, but it's definitely not looking as good as it used to look. You know? A few hairs have changed color over the years, you know? But I blame that on YouTube, on the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, my friend, for everything that you've done for me over the years. Appreciate you very much, man. Bayo is back at it here, my friends. Head of our Patreon community. 32 months in a row. Feels like yesterday I joined. I know, Bayo. You're basically like... This is how I feel on the Hermitcraft server. Right? We joined Hermitcraft in Season 4. And I've basically been in more seasons of Hermitcraft than I've not been in seasons of Hermitcraft. Does that make sense? So I've been in 5 seasons of Hermitcraft, and there's only 4 seasons of Hermitcraft that I haven't been in. So I'm actually the definition of OG on the Hermitcraft server right now. But I still feel brand new on the server. Crazy, man. I know how that feels, Bayo. Absolute insanity. Murasan, thank you for the biddies. And Foofy, my dude. Thank you so much. Get the foghorn blasted for them 10 gifted subbies. Thank you, Foofy. By the way, guys, for today's episode, I got rid of all of the stuff in the middle of the track here. It's so much better now. I know we try to make like a shortcut through there, and we try to get fancy in the middle of that big drift corner. I just wasn't feeling it, you know? I want to cruise through this corner at breakneck speed. I don't want anything to stop me. I want to, if there's 8 of us racing, this is where you see all the races next to each other. I want to see all the hermits together around this corner. Yeah, it feels really big if you're one racer, but imagine there's loads of other races on this track, right? I think that's going to be super cool down here. Thanks so much, Fifi, again for the 10 gift. It's insanity. Sakaja90 with the 36-month Tier 2 support. Where's my face? Sakaja, I love your face so very much. Thank you so much. You know what? We're going to get some alarm horns blasted for that Tier 2 support. Thank you, Sakajis. Stream time. Hope you're well, D-Face. And 3 years. Where has the time gone? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answer for you, I'm afraid. We're all a little bit older and wiser. Shall we go with that? Spooky Bird, 2 months in a row. Good to have a Rendog stream again. Missed your face. Thank you, Spooky Bird. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And looks like we've got another sub bomb in the house. Is Hanana with a 10 gifted sub setting off the foghorn blastings. Thanks so much, Hanana, as always. Love your face, baby. Love your face. We got Dats Quazzy here with the biddies too. Missed you, Ren. Thank you, Dats. And Luna's here with some biddies too. Hey, Luna. Zach Attack. Hey, my friend, what's happening, Zach? Big shout out to Zach and all the crew on the Dogcraft server. Who's on the Dogcraft server right now? Let's hear you in chat, man. Big shout out to Dogcraft tonight, guys. Thanks, Zach, for that gifted sub, my friend. And Foxy Ninja Bear is here with a 37 months approaching OG status, Foxy. Hey, my dude, love the episode today. Hope you're doing good, deep face. Thank you, Foxy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was a bit nervous about today's episode because today's episode is like very simple and plain. Looks like somebody's been farming ice. Has Etho been farming ice out here? Ah, yes. Ah, yes. There's been some ice farming. You hate to see it, man. Just a straight up damage to the natural environment. Hey, we're making a race course, guys, okay? There's got to be some damage done. Thank you, Foxy. Speaking of OGs, friends, we need to send the OG horn a blasting and the fog horns a tooting. Because Fresh is here with the 67 months in a row. Hey, Fresh, what's happening, baby? Cheers to many months, my dude. I raise my tasty beverage in your general direction. Same back at you, Fresh. Thank you so very much. Dudes, speaking of awesomeness on the stream, I have been working, as you all know, a few months ago, those of you guys who are regulars here. Speaking of regulars, hey, Jimmer, what's up, my dude? Tunnel with a straightaway. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking, Jimmer. Let's do that. But yeah, speaking of awesomeness, big shout out to the moderators who are currently in chat also. Hey, Anna, what's happening, Anna? Mother of Gamers is here also. Oh, you love to see all the regulars in the house. Hey, guys, what's cracking, babies? It's Jimmer's birthday? What? Happy birthday, dude. We're going to do a spin on the ice for you. Boom. Professional. Happy birthday, Jimmer. That's awesome, man. Hope you had a great day. Hope you got some lovely presents and whatnot. And I've completely lost track of what I was saying. I'm so sorry. What was I talking about? Oh, yes, awesomeness. That's right. So for the last couple of weeks or months now, I have been trying to figure out some new emotes and stuff for us. I've been working with the wonderful, incredible Ironbounded on some really awesome ideas for some really epic new emotes for our channel. And I've also tracked down a couple of other artists who are interested in helping out. And one particular artist, I want to shout out Cherry right now, who's going to be helping me out with a very first mock-up of a new style of emote that we might have on this here channel. And she's working on it as we speak. And I'm hoping for us to have something to show you in the next week or so. And we'll see if you guys like it, man. I got some really, really cool ideas for a brand new set of emotes for this channel. It's about time we updated this jazz, man. We haven't had new emotes in like 4 years or something. It's actually getting ridiculous now. Very professional. But the emotes are going to be really, really cool. So imagine this, right? Imagine the emotes are parts of a construction line in a factory. Okay, so imagine like imagine like a car factory where you have the cars going from one thing to the next thing, and then, you know, in this thing something gets added to it, and then the next thing something gets added to it. So imagine the emotes are like conveyor belts, right? And when you put the emotes together, they will seamlessly create longer conveyor belts, but there will be other like factory elements also, like robotic arms and cranes and chains with hooks on them. And these things will be like holding the emotes, right? So there might be a robotic arm that like picks up a heart, right? Out of a box or something. And that's like the hearty face emote. And maybe there's a box that comes along the conveyor belt that says like face palm. There's like a face palm emote in the box, right? Almost as if it's a product. And the reason that we're doing it that way is, of course, because it's kind of Gigacorp. So imagine, I imagine that we're all in a Gigacorp factory, right? And all of these emotes are like, are the actual factory internals of the Gigacorp factory system. It's really hard to explain, but when you see it, it'll make perfect sense because it's just awesome. So big shout out to Cherry's helping us out with that. I can't wait to see what she does with it. It's going to be awesome. We're not rushing it though. We're taking it easy. We're going to get it right, get it done properly. And however long it takes, that's how long it takes. You know what I'm saying? So we might be waiting a little bit, but that's okay. This might give you some clue as to where I've been this evening, why the stream's a bit late today. Just got a casual stack of dripstone in the inventory. Never mind the stack of dripstone, guys. Nothing to see here. Let's just get rid of that, shall we? There we go. Okay, dudes, let's figure out something to do today. Just been going around in circles. Firstly, I want to get some better food. Sorry, Gigapies, but yeah. I'm basically, tonight I'm in the mood to just chill. And just play some Minecraft, play some blocks, break some blocks, hang out with you guys. I don't want to think too much. So, you know, I don't want to eat too much either, because then I have to think. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to excavate. Because excavate equals fun. We're just going to dig through this mountain and see what happens. We can always fix it, right? If it ends up being yucky. We can always just fix it. So why don't we start here, and we'll just dig a straight line through this terrain, all the way out to the other side. And we can take it from there. You know, this is like a really good example. I often get questions from Minecraft players like, Ren, how do you get the motivation for like big builds, you know? And, you know, how do you get, you know, motivation to start like a mega project? And the way to get motivation for a mega project is to just start. Just start anywhere. Just choose a place in the build. It can be anything. It could even just be like collecting the resources for the build. Just like choose a thing and just do. Just begin. And whatever you do, you can always undo, right? That's the joy of this game. You can just like undo it if you don't like it. So yeah, we're just gonna do, guys. Let's just do. Oh man. Molly's here saying Rendog Stream for spring break. Oh, that's awesome. I don't actually really understand what spring break is. I'm South African, right? I don't know what spring break is. From what I understand it, and this is just from movies and whatnot, right? Spring break is like when you guys finish school. Is that right? Like you finish high school and then you all go off to like party somewhere for like a week or two. Right? Like, and there's thousands of different places to go to spring break, but generally it's basically just like a 2-week party. Is that what spring break is? If so, why the heck are you watching a South African playing Minecraft and not partying with everybody else in spring break? Huh? Molly? Or is like the modern day spring break like watching Twitch? Spring break from when I was in school is obviously different to spring break of 2023. Maybe in 2023 spring break is just YouTube. It's like YouTube, Twitch, and chill. Right? Or like when you say spring break, do you literally mean it's spring now? So it's like a spring holiday or something. Foxy says, it's more like a 2-week break from school. Okay. Okay. You see, this is American movies. Or like American teen movies, right? This is what they make you believe. So to the rest of the world, spring break is like this massive party, right? Where people just go party for like 2 weeks and they just don't sleep. They just like party all night long and all day long. Is that not true? Am I making this up? James Drew, my goodness, we need to get so many noises and things blasting out here, my friends, because not only has James Drew hit us with a ridiculous OG 79-month resub, but it's a tier 3 subscriber too, one of the very few tier 3 subscribers, and James, you know how much I appreciate you, man. Thank you so very, very much. Zero, liney face straight back at you, my friend. And one more month and you're in the 80s club. Like, only the old folk are in the 80s club. No offense, old folk. I'm also old, so it's fine. It's kind of related to Easter holiday, but not strictly. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, James, for all of your love and support over the course of the years, man. You know, it's when I see names like yours in this chat that all of my IRL anvils, like, go away for a while. So thank you so much, dude. The movies have it wrong, but you interpret what they present correctly. Okay, good. So I'm not going crazy. The movies have turned it into some sort of like massive, ridiculous party. When actually all it is like a short holiday at the beginning of spring. Okay. Alright, there we go. Makes sense. Maybe set up a beacon? That's a good idea, Geen. You would think that we are professional Minecrafters after all, wouldn't you? Alright, let's set up a beacon. That's a very good idea. So, dudes, we have cut through this thing. Looks a little something like that. I actually now regret this decision. I do regret this decision now. Because I kind of wanted to keep it a little bit natural, but I guess we can repair what we've damaged. I wanted to see what it looks like when we just cut straight through it like this. I mean, we're getting rid of all of this, aren't we? Is all of this going? Maybe not. So this line here, this is going to be the starter line, right? So the race is going to start here. And this is going to be the main straight. But the race is also going to end here. The race ends here and it starts here. Are we just nuking this entire thing? Maybe not. Maybe the end is actually a bendy bit, right? So at the end is like, we might have to widen all of this a little bit. Maybe we just widen this river a bit, make it more like winding. So that maybe the last stretch of the, you know, like the last sprint is not just a straight, it's kind of like a wind. Maybe this is a problem for another day. Let's not worry about this bank for now, I think. Let's just focus on this track here. Let's not overscope here or overwhelm myself, because this project is very big. Yeah, windy sounds a bit more fun too. I agree. I think I left my bed over at the place that we just recorded with the other hermits. That you'll have to watch Cubfan's channel on YouTube to figure out why, and when, and how, and who, and what. And now, I don't think we have a bed out here, actually. No, there's no bed out here! And I think I yoinked, like, all of the bed. Okay, we have to go find a bed in the village. Dang it, dudes. What if it's just a small tunnel a few blocks tall and a straight shortcut? I was thinking about that. I was thinking about making it kind of like quite a thin tunnel, you know? Or not necessarily thin. We need it to be wide because there's a lot of races, right? If there's going to be like 8 boats on the track, you don't want collision. Because collision in Minecraft equals bad and painful. Kind of takes the joy out of racing when you're colliding into stuff, right? Or colliding into other races, that is to say. However, I was thinking about maybe keeping the roof kind of low, right? So maybe the roof is only like 2 blocks above you, and we could put sea lanterns in it, kind of like neon lights or something, you know? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'll show you what I mean, right? So say, for example, here. 1, 2, 3 blocks high. So maybe the tunnel is this high. 3 blocks high. This will be ice. This floor. We want to stick to the same level, right? Because all the ice is on this X. And yeah, every now and then, this is what I like about it, right? Every now and then there'll be these open areas, like in the roof section. So there'd be one there. Maybe we can make some more artificial ones, like here. Over here, the track would come out a little bit, right? It would be exposed, but still covered by this bank sort of thing. I think that could work. Darth Vorthin, 9-month Twitch baby in the face. Thank you very much, Darth. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Okay, first things first, though. Let's not be noobs, and let's set up a beacon out here, guys. Let's get some bacon action happening. Because this is outrageous, how long this has taken. Shall we just build it on this here tree hole? Yeah, let's do that. Wait, do I even have enough blocks for this? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I messed it up already. Hold on. I should be professional at making beacons now, guys. We've made many beacons in our lives together. This should be... I think I've got it down to a fine art now. 1, 2, 3. You make like a T after 3. T after 3. You could make like a little rhyme. How to make a beacon. Whoopsie. Dang it. T after 3. Join the 3s. I don't know what rhymes with 3. Me? T? 3 after T, can't you see? Then join them all and fill them in freely. There we go. Nailed it. Alright, let's get some emeralds going. Oh, man. It's been a week, guys. It's been a week. Yeah, I don't even know if we're going to have enough blocks for this, actually. Fill them in with glee. Exactly. That works. Fill them in with glee. There we go. That's why I don't rely on my own poetic skills to do these sort of things. You guys are way better at it than me. Alright, looks like we had enough blocks, so we're fine. Beacon, gold, haste 2. Boom. Done. Let's yoink this again. And where's our beacon box? Bacon box! Okay, cool. This will make the task a lot easier. Sonar's here from an unofficial tango raid. Thank you, Sonar, my friend. Welcome, welcome. We are currently in the business of digging away the side of a mountain. Okay. Once we do this, dudes, there's no turning back, by the way. Like, we're going to do so much damage here that it's going to be difficult to undo if this doesn't turn out right, so... Also, we got to come in from here. Like, this is where the actual... the business end of this is. Right here. Dang. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. Maybe we should start digging from here, then? Daidi's here also from an unofficial tango raid. Hey, unofficial tango raiders. Yeah, we should probably start digging here then. I guess we want to get rid of the trees also. They're kind of in the way. Tree, can you please move? You are very much in the way today, man. But yeah, dudes, brand new Hermitcraft episode currently available on the YouTubes. Please do go check it out when you get the time, if you haven't watched it already. It's a bit worried about the episode because last week I got anviled IRL and lost a little bit of time on the production of the episode, and I managed to pick it up again this week, but realized like I hadn't really like done as much as I wanted to in the episode. So we just like worked on the iron farm and then did a bit of work on the boat race, but for a Hermitcraft episode it didn't feel like much had actually been achieved. But I am trying to move away from spending insane amount of time on a single episode though, so you know, I'm trying not to be too hard on myself about it, but I just can't help it, man. You know, I've been doing this for 10 years. We have very, especially hermits. Hermits have extremely high expectations of themselves. And, yeah, it's very hard for us to meet our own expectations because our expectations keep on climbing. Every year, every season, every episode, our expectations get higher. By the way, beacon doesn't even reach here. So that's annoying. Like, how far away are we from the bacon? Dang it. Stupid bacon? Oh wow, we are miles away. We might have to move it. By the way, let's get the foghorns and the alarms blasted. Because we got 10 gifted subs in the face from Springfire94. Thank you so very much, Springfire, as always, for your beautiful support, baby. That's 10 gifted subs straight to the community, my friends. Beautiful, man. You love to see it. We're going to need torches, I've just realized too. And I also have realized that I don't think I have any fortune pickaxes out here. In fact, I think that's a guarantee. Silk touch, silk touch, silk touch. No fortune pickaxes, therefore no coal, therefore no torches. So that no good. What's this? What's in here? Oh, there's one. Okay, excellent. Never mind. I found one. All right, we can yoink some coal while we're going, right? Because check, there's some coal here, so don't mind if I do. We'll turn these into torches. Some more unofficial Tango raids coming in. Beautiful. Thank you, guys. Do I hear the sound of a skizzle man? Or at least, is it suggested in chat that there is a skizzle in our midst? I believe there may be. Big shout out to my good friend Skiz, man. And thank you, Skiz, for your very kind message on Discord, my friend. Appreciate you. You know, I guess, like, we probably have to talk about the elephant in the room. Which is, I think, the #1 question on my latest episode. You know, it's not like, great episode, Ren. That question being, why are we not in this season of life? Of course. I'm sure many of you guys are wondering that also. So I should probably just answer, I should just answer the question. I was going to make a video about it. I haven't had the time yet. Busy. IRLing. Or should I say, getting myself out from underneath an IRL anvil. But yeah, we can talk about it. I don't mind. We can talk about it. We're going to have to move the beacon, though. Man, this is annoying. Alright, beacon. Come on. We put you in the wrong place. Hold on. We do this like professional, right? So yeah, it's pretty simple, really. Why am I not in this season of life? It's got nothing to do with any of the members. There is no drama. Of course, that's the first thing that people think, right? No. I just got like some pretty bad news a few weeks ago. Some life-changing news that I don't really want to talk about in detail because it involves other people, and I respect their privacy and whatnot. But yeah, you know, I've just had some hard things happen to me IRL this year, and I'm just not quite in the right frame of mind to do a like collaborative series like life, you know. The thing is, like, when you do like a collaborative series with other people, it's all about the energy of the group, right? And you know, if you're not in the energy with the group, not only is it very difficult for you to produce like excellent content with the group, but I think you also project your negative energy into the group too, you know? And I think like some people are really good at hiding negative energy in social situations, but I unfortunately am a full-blooded South African male, and it's very difficult for me to contain my emotions. It's very difficult for me to not project my negative emotions on others. And I definitely did not want to do that to any of the people in the life group, because they're all like really amazing people, and my issues have got nothing to do with them, and it would just be unfair of me to bring like some negative energy into the group. So I think it's just better that I sit this one out. And that's it, man. That's all it is. That's all it is. You know, I need a little bit of time and a little bit of space to just to deal with the IRL anvils that have landed this year. And you know, sometimes like you have to make difficult choices in life. And luckily I'm old now, so it's easier for me to make these choices. You know, it's obviously I'm devastated to not be playing with everybody and enjoying the season with everybody, because you know it's always just such an amazing time. But honestly, I thought about it for a really long time, and, you know, I just thought, I think this time around, I should, instead of, like, spending that energy on the life series, I'll spend that energy on just trying to sort out my IRL anvil. And that's it, dudes. That's it. Nothing to worry about, though. Guys, don't worry. Everything's okay. You know, life is life, man. Life happens when you least expect it. And very difficult things happen in life when you least expect them to. And there's no way around it. In general, life is difficult for the most part. It's a difficult journey peppered with moments of incredibleness that make it all worth it. But life certainly is not a Disney fairy tale or a Disney movie. And this is something that you realize as you get older. But the good news is that as you get older and as you deal with the anvils that land on your head throughout life, each time an anvil lands on you, it becomes easier to manage. Because, you know, you've been through that anvil before. The first time an anvil lands on you, it's rough. The second time an anvil lands on you, it's rough. The third time, it still hurts, but it's, you know, at least you, like, you know how to deal with the pain. And, you know, so on and so forth. So do not worry, guys. I am old and ugly now. I am very capable of managing my own anvils. And I'm just giving myself the space to do that, you know. That's one of the things you learn also, is that when an anvil arrives in your life, you have to deal with it. You can't just hide from it. And the only way you can deal with it is, like, you literally need time to deal with anvils, right? Like, you can't just deal with an anvil in 5 minutes. It takes time, like hours every day. You know, you have to put time in your life aside to deal with the anvil. And if you just fill that time with as much as possible to avoid the anvil, well, you're just never going to deal with it. It's just going to hang around. So yeah, that's it. There's nothing more to say about it, my friends. And like I say, please don't worry. Everything is okay. It's just life. So yeah, that's it. That's why we're not in life this time around. And, you know, hopefully we can be in the next one. Carrie Berry is here with a 38 months in a row. Oh, good. You're still streaming. Can't wait to watch your video later. Thank you very much, Carrie. Mad love to you, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we got Dido here also with a 19-month resub. Thank you very much, Dido. 20 months of positive energy. Yes, as positive as we can be. Curls of Doom here with a gifted sub to the Skiz. Thanks, Curly. Appreciate it, dude. And we've got EAS here with the 34 months. You know what? EAS, you get an OG tooth for that, my friend, because we know you've been around for a very, very long time. Okay, so dudes, to catch you up what's going on out here, I am currently working on an idea for the tunnel here, right? So this is what I was thinking. If we just dig into the side of the mountain like this, but we don't dig the roof away, I think this will be pretty cool. There'll be a tunnel that travels through the side of this mountain, but every now and then it's going to duck into this, into like a... So like imagine this was real life, right? You would get like excavators and you would just dig through the side of the mountain, and then you would concrete reinforce the walls of the land that you don't dig away. You wouldn't dig this away because it would cost more budget to dig this, so you would just, it would be cheaper to line this wall with concrete than to dig all of this away. I'm just assuming, of course, as if I'm a construction site project manager. But yeah, mostly for the aesthetics here though, I think that'll look pretty sweet. Like we just dig. I think it's going to look sweet, and then we can use smooth stone and andesite to create, you know, sort of concrete support structures of some kind that'll look like they're holding this up, which makes me feel like maybe we need to go one higher actually, because say for example we have these like concrete support beams that are like this, right? Say it's something like this. Just as an example. And what we could do is stick sea lanterns, like, in the middle one here, you know? Like so. Maybe we want to go one block higher here, actually. Well, this is going to go one... This is going to be ice here. We're going to be in a boat, so we will be a little bit flatter or lower down. Let's just, like, simulate what it might feel like if we're racing through that tunnel with that roof height. My instinct says we want it to be a little bit higher, though. Let's have a look. So if we're in here... Yeah, this is, like... This is really low. Well, I mean... I guess it's kind of cool because it creates this sort of claustrophobic feel, you know, while you're racing through this. But I reckon one higher is probably good. Anabomb Banana, by the way, is giving out free hugs for anybody who wants a squeezy. A squeezy hug. Oh, man. Cherry's here. Hey, Cherry, we were talking about you earlier on. And how excited we are about seeing the draft of the Gigacorp Factory emote that you're working on. Very exciting. Soul Hunter is here with a Prime sub 2, and Rob42 here with some biddies. If you catch the Roadrunner dropping anvils on you, I've got a great recipe for barbecue Roadrunner. Thanks, Rob. Thank you, guys. Use slabs? Ooh, slabs is a decent idea. I think we want to go down one, though. Or, like, it's easier to go up one in this situation, right? We'll just go up one. One high will still give it the narrow feel. Yeah, I think so too. And also, you know, with this, I think the support beams will... That's where the narrow feel will come from the support beams. Because as you zoom past the support beams, there'll be this feeling that they're going to hit your head, you know? And look, this is what I was talking about here, right? Look at this. There's like a natural break here to the sky. That's pretty cool. I want to keep those in. In fact, I want to make more of these, I think. So that as you're racing through this, it's almost like the tunnel has like disintegrated over time. You know, maybe this is like a super old tunnel that's been here for a really long time. That's really cool. I like that. So check it out, right? If we have a support beam like this, something like that. Well, this would be much bigger, I suppose. Let's have a feel for that. Well, that's much higher now, isn't it? Does that still give us that feeling? Not really, does it? Weird. Add dripstone? Yeah, and the lower ceiling gives that feeling of speed. Yeah, you're right, Latigo. Doki, thank you very much for the tip. Is there anything we can do as fans to share the weight of this anvil? You know, some anvils are just yours to bear, right? And, I'm just not ready to talk about it right now. I'll talk about it at some point, but not right now. Everything's still a bit raw. It's amazing how, like, one block up creates so much more space. Jeez. That's crazy. Okay, what if the support beam is like this? But in between the support beams, the roof is a bit higher, right? How about something like that? So what if it's like this? Zoom, zoom. You know what? This is where the slab would work, I think. I think this is where the slab works. I'd like to use just a different type of block, though, for the slabbage. Just so that we can get, like, a different feel here. What can we use? Maybe just spruce? Yeah, let's use some spruce. Uh-oh, we out of rockets. What about something like so? What about something like so, my friends? That, I mean, I think the double block support beam is too much. This might be what we're looking for, though. Kind of want to get this iced up so that we can actually feel this properly, you know? Shall we make like a test track here? Let's make a test track. I think I got some extra ice from the work that I did for the episode today. Dang it, we're out of rocket action. Ender chest is there. We're going to land on it. Dang it, close. Yo, Foofy32, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs to the community. Thank you so much, Foofy. I appreciate you. That is very, very kind of you. And welcome to everybody who has just received a sub to the Gigacorp Factory. Thanks again, Doki, for the tip and the kind offer. I appreciate you, dude. What am I getting? Oh, ice. Yes. Do we have ice up in here? I think I've got like a shulker of ice over here somewhere. I think it's... yeah, this one. Okay, sweet. Let's make a test track. Ooh! Endermite head! Endermite head! Yes! I think this is... okay, I don't know the actual drop rate for this, but I think without fortune it's... help me out, nerds. Is it 1.6%? And then with fortune it goes up to 11%, I think? I don't know. It's a very low drop rate for the Endermite head. I think that might be our first one, actually. Sweet. Alright, let's make a little test track here. Peanut Gallery is here with some biddies. As a fellow anvil-laden individual, I feel you there. Your community is a true blessing with a beautiful support and much-needed distractions. Thank you very much, PG. I hope you're doing well. I do often think about you, and I do hope that everything is okay with you. Great to see you in chat. Z-Count is here with some biddies too. Add some thin fence wall support pillars in the middle of the tracks as obstacles. Ooh! You just made me think of fences also. How's this? How did that feel? One. How far apart is this also? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just make like a few of these. Just to get like a real feel for it when we're speeding through here, right? And we'll just like cruise into a little hole here. Alright, here we go. How does this feel for speed? Well, this actually looks like a racing helmet, right? The Ender Racer. Actually have to, you know, stay on the track for this test to work. But there you go. I don't think we have enough beamage here for a proper test. I mean, that did feel... you go through this so fast. Goodness. Interesting. We could add walls here. Yeah, the Daft Punk helmet, that's true. Yeah, that's not bad. I kind of like that. I think it like... man. It might just be cooler if it's lower though, you know what I mean? There's only one way to tell to find out, and that is to test. Let's change these into solid blocks, see what this feels like. Yeah, the beams could be more spread out. That's true, actually, because that'll give you more sense of depth. So maybe instead of being 5 apart, they're 11 apart. Yeah, that's good thinking, actually. I like that. We're going to have to create a little bit more tunnel section then, though, to get a tree test. That's super low, but I don't know, there's just something, there's something Mario Karty about this that I like. You know? I like that. Pressing every button but the correct button. Okay, let's just hack away. let's make like a couple more partitions of this. Let's try and make it like, so if it's going to be 11 apart, let's try and make 3 11s. 3 11 aparts. See what that feels like. Also, let's remember to get ourselves some coal when we get the chance, because we need lots of torches for this tunnel. No longer on a mushroom island out here. We actually have to worry about mobs. Rady Girl, 4 months in a row. This community is a reflection of you. Kind, clever, and encouraging. Always good energy. Thanks for all that you do. Wow. You are going to make a grown man cry over here, Rady. Sheesh. Thank you very much. Those are very, very generous words. Thank you so much. We need like villagers standing by and cheering. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Need like a crowd. The race is going to be so long though. But I guess like at this bit, this is like the starting bit of the race, you know? Like this is a good place to have them. Alright, let's hack some of this away. Yeah, with the beacon this becomes so much easier now, right? Are we just like absolutely wrecking this place? We are, aren't we? Yes. We are. Oh, but you know what we could do here though? We could do something like this. Like this beam could go all the way across the track. And I think somebody said you could have support pillars in the middle of the track. I think that's a really cool idea. I wasn't big into the idea when you first wrote it because I want this to be a really fast section of the course, but it might be cool if we figure out like a nice space between the support beams here. Hold on, let's just clean all this up and try again. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Make it like a double pillar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, hold on. Let's go from this side then. Same as there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Double pillar. Right? That way, like, you got to do a little bit of dodging. Oh, that's really cool, actually. And maybe... Do we break them up into lanes? Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe at some point this happens where the massive big track... This reminds me of a Mario Kart stage. I think it's called Traffic or something. You know, like when you go into... You're on a highway and you go underground somewhere. And the highway kind of breaks up into different lanes. Right? So this could happen at some point. Like where the lane actually breaks up, and as a racer, you got to choose which lane to take. Oh, and like you keep them straight so racers can bounce off them. Maybe they have different blue boosters in them too. Okay, we're cooking with something out here tonight, my friends. Oh my goodness gracious, my friends. We need to take a moment to set off some alarms because the wonderful, amazing Ossazor from our Patreon community dropping 20 gifted subs directly on the channel. Amazing. Thank you so very much, Ossazor. That is so very kind of you and generous. As always, Ossazor being so generous to us here, guys. Thank you very much. Very, very kind. Before that, Hamon came in also with a 16-month resub, and Sproxite with the 2 months also. Guys, thank you so much. Also, Foofy with the 10 gifted subs earlier on. I don't know if I shouted that one out, but I'm going to blast it anyway. And Springfire dropping yet another 10 gifted subs on the community. I can't push the buttons fast enough. Where's our bed gone? Thank you guys very much, man. It was very kind of you guys. Thank you, thank you. Alternate which is the fast lane. Ooh, that's very clever. I like that a lot. So check it out, right? If we mock it up over here. So like these are the 3 lanes, just a much smaller version of them. Okay, and every now and then they'll be straight like this, but then every now and then they'll be there's a break in the middle one. And then this could be the fast lane, then this could be the fast lane, then this could be the fast lane. So as the racer, you gotta know the line, like the fastest line through that. That's a really cool idea. Springfire, thank you very, very much for the insane generosity tonight. Ossazor, thank you guys. Everybody, all the gifted bombers tonight, guys, thanks so much, man. Yeah, people got to learn the fast parts. Exactly. Exactly. That's the thinking here, right? You want to reward people for practicing a little bit. But at the same time, you don't want to punish people for not practicing, right? Like, that's why Mario Kart is such a great game. Because you don't actually have to be that sweaty to do well. You know, Mario Kart gives you, like, a lot of great comeback mechanics. And, you know, I mean, you obviously, like, if you come up against a really good player, you're going to get wrecked. But, like, at the, like, casual level of Mario Kart, everybody's basically equal because the game is designed to, like, make people equal. So I kind of want that same vibe for this. And mostly because I want the Hermits to really enjoy this race. Not only, like, physically enjoy it, but I want them to also enjoy making content out of it. And one of my primary objectives for the course is to ensure that that when Hermits record a race, they can see as many races as possible, like as long as possible. And that means we need to keep the races together, right, on the track. So we don't want to make the shortcuts and stuff too rewarding and too generous so that the good players can just dominate. Like, we just want to make the track friendly enough to keep everybody as close to each other as possible, basically. But at the same time, we don't want to make it super easy that there's no challenge whatsoever. So it's quite like a game design task that we've got out here, man. Especially considering the scale of it. Little A-, 17 months in a row. Thank you very much and welcome back. Ski House has got to go. See you later. Thank you very much for hanging out, Ski. Appreciate you, man. Hope to see you again soon. Oh my goodness, guys. The gifted subs tonight. Foofy dropping yet another 10 gifted subs on the community. Thank you very much, Foofy. Appreciate it. We've also got Floral here with some biddies. We all missed you a little on Unlimited Life. We all put up missing dog signs of you on Tumblr. Glad you're taking a break. Oh, I'm not taking a break. No, I've had more than enough breaks. You know, like I say, I don't really want to talk about it because I'm not really in that headspace to talk about it. But this year is just a culmination of a period of hard times, and it all sort of came to a head this year in January, right? So the good news is that the climax of the anvil has occurred. Does that make sense? I'm currently in the coming out the other side of the tornado. The tornado happened before. Currently coming out of it. And it's you know, it's been quite a long time. You know, those of you guys who've been following me for a while, you know the last couple of years have been a bit choppy. And there's reasons for that, but we'll talk about it one day. You know, these days I don't really like sharing my personal life on the internet. I did that once before, and it ended up being like really, really difficult for me to deal with afterwards. So many years ago, I was in quite a serious relationship with somebody, and we were going to get married and all this sort of thing. And I used to talk about it in my videos on YouTube. And you know, well, it didn't turn out the way that I thought it was going to turn out in the end. And so not only was I left with like a very traumatic breakup, I was also left with this weird after effect that I'd put my personal life on the internet for everybody to see. And you know, it was just really uncomfortable, like having people watch it all break apart. right? I didn't like that very much. And so since those days, like I just don't put my personal life online anymore. It's hard enough to like deal with personal stuff on your own, right? Like when you have a bunch of people that you don't know sort of morbidly curious about what's going on, which is, you know, fair enough. Of course, like people can be curious about what's happening in your life, but you know, starting to look into it and like phoning, you know, like emailing your family about it and just like stuff like that, you know, then it all starts to get like really intense. And that's kind of what happened to me the last time around. People got quite invested in what was going on, and yeah, people got contacted and stuff, and it was just really awkward and weird. So better to just keep that, you know, keep private life private, is what I've learned. It's hard though, because, you know, like, I don't know, it's difficult to explain, you know, like, especially for streamers and YouTubers, you know, you guys are, we feel very close to you guys, right? Because we spend so much time with you, with our audience. And so we really want to talk to you guys about stuff and tell you stuff, you know. But you also have to be responsible, you know. And this is what's great about getting old, everybody. Those of you guys who are old, it's not all bad. We actually learn, right? We get better at life as we get older, so that's good. Mary, thank you for the biddies. Good to see you. Hope you're good. You and the fam are good there, Mary. Ren, can't stay long. My health's not great at the moment, but I wanted to drop in and say hi. Much love from me and the family as usual. Sorry to hear that, Mary. I hope everything's okay with you. And you'll be in my thoughts for the next few weeks. I hope you get better soon. Triple Xy face straight back at you, Mary, and big love to the family too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I made like a couple of extra partitions here. Let's see what this feels like, right? Let's also add in these things. So that we can get a feel of what it's like to go through these tunnel things, right? Let's finish this one also. Yeah, this is going to be super cool, I think. Dang it, we're out of smooth stone. Multiple Mean has arrived. Hey, Multiple, how you doing, baby? Nice to see you. Big shout out to Multiple Mean and the incredible mod crew who are with us this evening. Want to say a big shout out to my mods, guys. Probably the most patient group of people that I've ever had the pleasure of working with on the internet. You know, despite me being absent for a lot of time over the last couple years, from the moderators, from our Discord and so on, my mods they just persevere, man. And they're always there for me. Thank you guys very much. Zero clue what I would do without you guys, man. I would just have emote-only chat. That would be a blast. Alright, there we go. This is starting to feel very concrete-y and, like, racy, right? I like this. This is a cool idea that one of you guys had with these concrete pillar things. Very cool. Right, let's get this track. This is like the test track here, right? Let's get this finished all the way to over there. And then we can get a feel of the speed. Uh-oh. We got big water cavern action here, friends. No good. Let's just plug all of this up. There we go. Springfire here with the biddies. Ren, please, boundaries are so very important, and please don't feel like you need to share anything. You don't owe anyone details of your private life. Thank you very much, Spring. I appreciate that. You know what's funny though, guys? One of the like hardest lessons that I've learned being a... I actually wish there was another word for it. There's a bit of a tangent, but like I kind of dislike the term content creator. I don't know where this has come from, I think it's come from bloggers on YouTube or something, or Keemstar or something. I just don't feel comfortable with that term for some reason. I feel like it's it's unnecessarily inflatory. It's like implying that I'm something special, you know, like I'm a creator. And, you know, I'm just a guy that makes YouTube videos, right? Like it's nothing special. So I don't know, I've always disliked that that term. Anyway, oh, this is gonna melt, isn't it? Dang it! We have to use pack dice for this. Us YouTubers and streamers, let me put it that way. Entertainer is better. I like that. Yeah, us entertainers. And this is certainly something that I learned from the last time around, like I was just talking to you guys about, right? Like the personal stuff that I went through about a decade ago now. What I learned back then, or, well, what I thought back then, was that I had like a responsibility to my audience to be like a super over positive person and to basically present a space of like pure happiness and joy for the audience, right? Almost as if I felt like an obligation to not bring negativity into my content, or to like make the audience believe that my life was perfect, right? I'm not sure like why we feel this way. I think it's probably because this is being an entertainer or a YouTuber or whatever is a way to like vicariously live a life that you otherwise maybe don't have, right? You can kind of like live, you can just tell your audience that you're something that you're not, right? But of course, the consequences of that is that when things do go wrong, like what happened to me last time around, and suddenly this facade that you had of being this like perfect person that's always positive and always happy all the time and nothing's wrong in your life ever, like all of that suddenly evaporates, right? It all suddenly disappears, and suddenly the audience realizes that you're disingenuous, that you're not actually a truthful person, that you're a fake, right? And you know, you see it happen all the time on YouTube, right? You see it happen all the time, where you have like YouTubers or streamers that present themselves in one way, but something comes out to reveal that in fact they are not that way at all. And you know, I learned that the hard way the last time around, but generally, ooh, that feels pretty good, right? Generally speaking, you know, I am like a happy person. You know, I do have like a really great life, and I'm very, very happy with my life and so on. But of course, nobody has a perfect life, and I certainly don't have a perfect life either. And sometimes bad things happen in our lives, and that's just the way that it is. But this time around, I certainly don't want to pretend that nothing's wrong, right? I don't want to take that approach anymore. I think it's like really important actually that those of us who have some sort of influence on the internet, no matter how small, I think it's better for us to present to our audience a realistic view of life rather than whew. Whew. That's nice. Rather than like presenting a Disney image of life, I think it's better for us to present a much more realistic version of life, because at the end of the day, we're influencing a lot of young people too, right? And I think we have a responsibility to the younger audience to let them know that life is fantastic. It's wonderful and awesome. But sometimes it also goes wrong. In fact, it's guaranteed to go wrong, right? It goes so much further than sometimes life goes wrong. No. Life will always go wrong. It is an inevitability that things will happen in your life that are tough. And I think it's our responsibility as influencers, especially to younger people, to for that to be our message, rather than everything's perfect, life is great. You can also be perfect and great, just like me. Because that's just not how life is. Life is not perfect at all. And if it was perfect, it would be hella boring, if you ask me. Yep, JT, life finds a way. Indeed. Okay, dudes, let's focus a bit here, man. Let's get off this this very deep and depressing line that we're currently on. Keyboard, thank you for the biddies, baby. Replace the content created from the previous message with a better fitting term. Keyboard, oh right, I missed your message before there. As it's always said, content creator don't owe an explanation for IRL things going on. You're all humans with lives outside the screen world too. Not robots churning out content 24/7. Feels like it sometimes. JT, my dude, 69-month resub. Nice. Oh man, welcome back, my friend. Welcome back, JT. Itsy Minecraft here with the 5 months. Yippee, 5 months to go. Let's go, D-Face. Oh man. Nice. Okay, awesome, dudes. This is cool. This is really cool. I dig this, man. This is sweet. Still not like totally sold on the separations and whatnot. I think we just dig now, right? I'm happy with this. I think this is how we're going to do it. I'm also happy with this height here. I think this is cool. Let's do one more test because it's fun. Here we go. Here we go. Hup, hup, hup. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. Nice. Mr. Big Time Schiller says, sometimes people need an escape from reality. Yeah, that is very, very true. And I think that is one of the most, one of the best things that us entertainers can do for the world, right? You know, like, I'm of the opinion that it's really important that each of us find a reason for being in this world. I think, like, when you have something to work towards that is meaningful, that is more than just, like, money or possessions or, you know, like a position in a job. I think that's like when you can, that's where you find like really, really deep happiness in yourself as a person, right? So for example, I certainly don't feel like I'm there yet, and I'm trying really hard to get there. And one of the things that has helped me to get closer to that feeling is our sponsorship of the 3 kids that we look after at SOS Africa, right? That's something that I could never have achieved before. And now, you know, with YouTube and streaming and whatnot, I was able to do that. I was able to change the lives of 3 people. And so making videos and streaming, for me, there's more that comes out of it other than just my like ego satisfaction of subscribers or views, you know, or any of that like material stuff. There's actually like more behind what I do, you know. I like when at the end of the year, I can feel proud that I've also helped my fellow human beings in some way. And I really feel like that's an important thing that all of us need to strive towards. And it doesn't have to be huge, right? It doesn't have to be like, you know, massive scale charity. Like just helping one of your family members is enough, right? Or adopting a pet, a rescue dog, is doing something beyond your own ego, right? And I totally agree that that people do need an escape from reality, because some people's realities are really hard. And the best thing that we as creators, as entertainers can do is provide somewhere for people to escape to. And I believe that it is in fact almost a moral obligation that we have to help those out there searching for an escape every now and then from reality. We have the power to offer you guys a world outside of your own, a place where you can get away to for a bit. And I don't know, man, to me it's almost a moral obligation that I wake up in the morning and I create this world for those that get actual help from it. Actual therapeutic help. And when I realized this, it made it a lot easier for me to be motivated to do YouTube and Twitch full time. That was one of the things that really motivated me to go full time doing this. So when I realized that I could achieve beyond the ego, right? Like I could achieve, you know, when I first started, I was like, man, what is the goal here with this YouTube thing? What is the goal? And at the time, it was like 1 million subscribers, which we still haven't reached, by the way. But you know, that was like the goal. I was like, oh, yeah, 1 million subscribers, man. Let's get to 1 million subscribers. Why? I don't know. 1 million subscribers. That's a lot, right? That seems like a really amazing achievement to get 1 million subscribers. And so that was my goal for like a really, really long time. But after a while, after years of attempting to achieve this goal, the flavor of the goal became less and less enjoyable. I started to realize more and more, 1 million subscribers, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a nothing. It's just a number, right? It doesn't mean anything. It has no positive impact on anything other than your ego. And when I started to realize, and at that time, I think I was in like season 4 of single player. Maybe season 5, maybe the last season of my single player world. There was it season 5? I think it was maybe season 5. I did like a segment in my videos where I would read letters that people wrote to me. And, well, I used to do this thing called dog mail where I would read people's mail that they would post to me. But people started to send me like some very serious letters. Because at the time, like I was talking about a little bit earlier, at the time I was sort of approaching this this whole YouTube thing that like I was some sort of a guru, you know? Like I would be able to help people fix their lives, you know? Like I had the answers, you know? That my life was perfect. I could like send, you know, email me, tell me what's wrong in your life, and I'll give you some advice to help you through it, right? And yeah, like people started to write to me, and you know, I started to realize like, man, you know, people have like, a lot of people have some really tough lives out there, you know? Like it's very easy to forget about other people's lives when you're in your own and you're very focused on your own life. But yeah, people have like some tough lives out there. And it was then that I realized that actually I could do so much more than just make videos. I could actually help people. Just by making the video, I was helping people. Just by giving folks something to watch when they had like a really, really bad day, you know, where really terrible stuff had happened to them. Just to give them something to watch to break their negative mind loop, that alone was contributing to humanity in a way that I never could have contributed to humanity in the job that I was working at the time. And so, yeah, I almost think that like we almost have a moral obligation to create content, to stream, to make sure that we are there for you guys. Because you guys are there for us in return. But yeah, man. Anyway, dudes, listen. My brain is a bit of a mess at the moment, so I don't even know what I'm talking. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking nonsense. Just ignore me, man. Mother of Gamers, 16 months in a row. This community has been a real blessing for the last 16 months. That's very kind of you to say, Mother. We have absolutely loved having you here, of course. As we love everybody who decides to stick around these here parts. think we're going to need some more chesticles here, friends. We're starting to burn through some serious terrain now. Sheesh. Also, this inventory situation is getting annoying. Zombert, I smell you, dude. That Zombert got wrecked. Also, can we clean up inventory, please? I don't want all this nonsense. We don't need it all. Okay. Do we need this many rockets? Really, we don't. Keep the ice. We don't need the... Oh, we need the boat. We don't need the ender pearl. We need all of this. We don't need the sword. Okay, good. Snazzy says, only like my 4th stream, but I enjoy them a lot. Thank you very much, Snazzy. That's kind to hear. We always love seeing the new people around here, man. Always beautiful to see the new peeps coming in. Alright, let's dig out a few more partitions here. And I'm very interested to see... I want to get to the bits like where we break through the roof like this. I think this is so cool. I want to see more of this. Let's do another partition here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know what I've just realized though? Man, we're going to need like an insane amount of packed ice, right? Because, wait, does normal ice melt in here? It's going to melt in here, right? Like normal ice will melt because of this. What can we stick... Oh, what about lichen? Are there any light sources we can use that won't melt this, guys? That won't melt the ice? Because we're going to need an insane amount of packed ice just to fill this tunnel. Sheesh. Close enough if it melts to light, yeah. I think there's packed ice farms on the server. I think. Blue fire. Frog lights. Do frog lights not melt ice? Dark tunnel would be cool, but mobs will spawn, right? Ooh, soul lanterns. Dudes, soul lanterns might be quite cool, right? Soul lanterns hanging from the roof. That could actually be pretty sweet. Power Zebra, you got ads? I am so sorry. I do not control the ads on this channel. It is, that's all down to Twitch. I must say, and I understand, like, Twitch is a business and Twitch needs to make money and, well, this stream wouldn't exist if Twitch wasn't on the hustle trying to make cash. But the introduction of, like, of random ads to Twitch, it really bothers me, man. And I'll tell you why. Like, I think if you're watching Minecraft content and stuff, I guess it's okay. It's not the end of the world when you get an ad every now and then, right? But when you're watching competitive, like, esports, it is the worst. You know, like, traditional sports that are televised, they have come to the point where they time the break in the sport with the ad break, right? So like in American football, when offense and defense are switching, that's when the ad break kicks in, right? Like in football, when the ball gets kicked out of the stadium and they have to get a new ball or whatever, they'll drop an ad in, but also the ref will hold the game until the ad's done, you know? But on Twitch, like, for example, this weekend I was watching Magic, right? I was watching MTG Legacy Magic. I was watching, well, I was switching between watching modern SCG Con and Legacy 4 Seasons. And yeah, I mean, I just ended up subscribing to both because yeah, subscribing is the way to go. Definitely. If you don't like the ads, like on Twitch channels, just subscribe and the ads disappear instantly. But when I first started watching, I was watching like a big game for top 8. And as it was in the last like 2 minutes of the game, where it really was the final couple of cards being played, both players had been grinding the whole day. I was invested in their characters. I was invested in their storylines. I wanted to see who won. Boom, ad. Like, as the guy's about to drop, you know, like as the guy passes the turn and the other guy's, like, rhinos are coming into play from exile. Ad. Dang it. And like I say, I totally understand the hustle, right? It's necessary, of course. But I also believe that you should be given time to decide which channels you subscribe to. You know, like, subscribing to a channel is a generous thing to do. You know, you're paying out of your own pocket to this creator on the internet. And I think that, you know, you as a viewer deserve time to decide whether or not you want to support that channel or not. So, like, just diving into random channels and just getting blasted with ads all the time, you don't get to experience the channel to its fullest, and you don't get, like, time to decide whether or not this is a channel you want to subscribe to. Because you get so annoyed with the ads, you just stop watching. And then you just go watch the channels that you are subscribed to, right? So it's kind of like a self-defeating system, I think. Z-Count has checked the wiki for us here. Ice also melts into water if the light level immediately next to it on any side is higher than 11 from light sources other than sunlight, but ice does not melt from sunlight. Okay, that makes sense. Stars here with the 19 months in a row. Any light blocks, mob spawns, so you could do shroom lights or whatever the NTN team does in the tunnels on Dogcraft. Oh yeah, we could just borrow from Dogcraft, right? Saturnbot here with the biddies. Sweet Place, please don't feel obligated to share what you feel like you deserve to be kept offline. I know how you feel. I got into a situation similar and the aftermath is not something I recommend to anyone. And I commend you for being so strong. Don't need to explain anything. We love you through all. Sending many loves and head pats for your Obi. Thank you, Saturn. Mother of Game is here also with the gifted sub to Power Zebra. Nice. Nice. Okay. This is going well, I think. This is actually really sweet, dudes. Like as you're screaming through here, you're going to see all the other racers in between these pillars, right? That's so cool. And like maybe what we'll do is, yeah, we'll have like blue ice here. So it'll be blue ice here, and then blue ice here, and then blue ice there. So you have to do, if you want to get like full speed, you can zoom across, you like zigzag, you know, through this thing. That's pretty sweet. What kind of damage are we doing to this here environment? Not too bad, actually. Yo, Jayco, thank you very much for hanging out with us today, man. We see you again real soon, okay? That's actually turning out way sweeter than I thought. Right? This is going to be so awesome, actually. I thought we were going to make a massive mess out of this. But, you know, you imagine all of this is ice. I think it's going to be really, really sweet, actually. Right, let's do some proper excavation here, friends. Let's settle into some proper block breaking here, shall we? So question, I mean, you know what? Now that we're like on serious topics, we might as well just stick to them, right? While we do this. I have a question for you guys. And I only ask this because I don't really have many people to talk to in life, so I like talking to you guys. You're also like a nice large audience, so, you know, it's nice to get perspective from people from all over the world, also, as opposed to just from England. But like, in relation to my own situation, I would say that that everything that has happened over the course of the last, I would say, year, was a direct result of lockdown. And I want to know if some of you guys out there are now feeling the impact of lockdown. Like, we all knew that the lockdowns would have an impact on humanity in some way. And I think I've realized that impact has impacted me. Have any of you out there like had similar impacts? Yes. You feeling a lot of side effects? Not just now, but already before. Well, that's the thing, man. I thought that like the impact of lockdown would be, we would only start seeing the impact like a few years afterwards, not right away, you know? It would take a few years for the actual damage to manifest itself in our society. And I think we're at the start of that. I think we're starting to see some of that damage now. For sure. Lingering effects. Yeah. 100%. Lost all social skills. Yeah, that is definitely something that I've noticed. Definitely something that I've started to pick up on with my own self, like in society. You know what I've noticed about myself, guys, because of lockdown? I noticed that I became like far less patient with people. You know? I guess because I think maybe what happened to us is that we all became more introverted. And because our worlds shrunk so much, and especially for those of us who lived alone during lockdown, you know, I lived alone during lockdown. I think those of us that lived alone, like, we became extremely siloed in our own selves. And then when we came out of it, like, I guess what happened is our empathy got killed, right? I think we lost touch with our empathy. Bjorno says it didn't help with my bad social skills. Yeah, certainly. I think many of us here, including myself, we didn't have great social skills to start with, so being isolated from society for 2 years certainly didn't help, did it? Didi says, yep, I've actually become a real-life hermit. I actually noticed this in myself a few months ago. And it's actually something that I've been actively trying to change. And it was this really weird behavior that I caught myself doing when I went grocery shopping once. And this was probably about 8 months ago. I've been correcting myself ever since. I've done quite a good job with the corrections. And I'm doing much better in society now. But I don't know, maybe some of you guys did the same thing. But I used to go grocery shopping, and I would make sure that when I went grocery shopping, I would be as unapproachable as possible. So I'd wear a beanie, I'd have my mask on, I'd have my earphones in, you know? So like when you saw me in the shop, my body language and my clothes said, don't talk to me. I'm busy. And I also like, I would always go through self-check-in, you know? Like, I wouldn't go through the human checkout process. And if there were people at the self-checkout, I would wait for the self-checkout to empty so that I didn't have to stand next to somebody and potentially, God forbid, have to talk to another human being. Oh my God. You know? And it's weird though, because it wasn't because I dislike human beings. I love human beings, and I love talking to people. I don't know why I didn't want to interact with people. That's the thing. That's what really, when this realization came to me that I was behaving this way, the strangest thing in my mind was like, why am I doing this? This is the complete opposite of who I was before lockdown. Like, dudes, I am the most talkative human being that you'll ever meet. In fact, one of the things that I dislike about myself, you know, we all have those little things that we don't like about ourselves that we think annoys everybody else. I think that I talk way too much. Like, if I'm with people, I'm the person that's talking all the time and like making conversation and, you know, like, you know, I'm like the extrovert basically, even though I'm an introvert. When I get going, I'm all over the place, you know? But all of that kind of like disappeared, man. And I caught myself at the checkout behaving this way. And I was like, man, what are you doing? So ever since then, I've just made some very small corrections. So whenever I go to town now, or whenever I walk the dog, or am in public, I just have like a private rule with myself, which is to say hello to one human being. Just one. And, you know, like I pick the human that I think is going to be the most approachable. And, you know, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. Whatever, you know. I'll say hello to one human being. And when I go shopping, I force myself to go through the human checkout and to just have a human interaction with the wonderful person that has been sitting in that checkout for the whole day. And would most likely, you know, appreciate just a nice chat. But yeah, man, lockdown's crazy, man. I definitely did some damage to us, that's for sure. I think we all felt it, you know? Honestly, I miss having people of my age to talk to and socialize with. On my job, I'm the youngest and always alone on the road. You're a trucker. And then when I'm with my friends, I'm always the oldest by 5 years. Sometimes I get tired of the reactions that are typical for teenagers. So right now, I am looking for a hobby and a job with more people of my age. I think that'll do me good. Yeah. You know, I think like one of the big impacts that lockdown had on us, right, is that all the social stuff that we used to do just disappeared. And the one thing that I can like relate to very much with this is Magic the Gathering, right? Which is a hobby that I've played since I was 13. And Magic was always like a huge part of my life, not because I was a competitive player or, you know, I was playing like on the pro tour or whatever. Magic was the way that I interacted with my people, you know? Like, I found a game that I was obsessed with my whole life, that I love and I'm passionate about. And you know what? When you meet Magic players, most Magic players are as passionate about the game as you are. And that, so generally speaking, most Magic players have a lot of similarities, right? We have a lot in common with each other. And so it's very, very easy to like go to a Magic tournament and just make friends with somebody, man. You know? Like, I went to a Magic tournament a couple of weekends ago, the first Magic tournament that I've played in like a decade. And within an hour, I'd made a buddy there. And we spent, like, after every round, we'd get together, we'd go get food, we'd talk about our favorite cards, we'd talk about memories from the past. Like we knew each other forever, right? But yeah, lockdown killed all of that stuff. Like, Magic is just a small example. There's so many other examples, right? Like non-nerdy stuff, like sports, tennis, you know, golf, football clubs, soccer clubs, you know, like social clubs where you guys would like go play sport with people after work, right? Like all of that just disappeared overnight, just poof, gone. Here in England before lockdown, I used to play Magic 2 to 3 times a week. I would play Magic in town. And I would, and then on the weekends I'd go play Dungeons and Dragons, like with friends of mine. And on Sunday I'd go play Magic again, like casual Magic at a bookshop. That was 3 times where I'd spend a couple of hours with human beings every week, right? And that was super important for my mental health, for sure. Lockdown destroyed all of those groups. And I don't know about you guys, but where I am, they never recovered. To this day, none of those groups exist anymore. They all just disappeared. And all it's going to take is one adult to start them again, you know? Groups like that are generally started by the adults of society. You know who I'm talking about. Because I'm one of them too, guys. You know, we're the ones that have to pick up the litter when we walk past it. You know what I mean? Us adults, man. So I'm actually thinking about restarting a Magic group where I live. Because if I don't do it, nobody else is going to do it, right? I've got to be the adults in this situation. But yeah, I think like lockdown killed a lot of those social groups. I'm seeing in chat like a lot of people, especially struggling with being alone since lockdown. It looks like some of you guys might have lost a lot of those social interaction, those groups and stuff that you used to go to before lockdown. Those are just gone now, you know, and you're struggling to find them again. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy, crazy stuff. And I think, like, the interesting thing is that I think we compensated for it by socializing on the internet. And what I think it really showed, which is very interesting, from a psychological perspective, is that socializing on the internet is just not the same thing as socializing IRL, right? As much as we want it to be, and as much as we believe that it is, like, oh, you don't need to go, you know, you can just hang out on Discord or in Minecraft or whatever. It's just, there's just something missing. It's almost there. It's just not quite there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not quite the same. And I think lockdown, like, made us all think that the internet is the solution to our social problems. And I think maybe now we're starting to realize that maybe it's not. And maybe us adults have got to do something about it, right? Guys, the 20-year-olds are not going to start a new Dungeons and Dragons group that meets every single week, right? That has food and beverages available, that has a venue booked and paid for. You know, all the adult stuff you have to do when you organize social groups, like a board game group, a tennis club, a golfing club, whatever. Like, there's actual logistics that has to happen for these things to start again. So maybe us adults have to take the responsibility here and start to undo some of the damage. Because I fear that if we don't do it, the damage to our young people might be quite bad in a decade from now, right? Maybe, as I was talking before, how myself as a YouTuber and streamer have a moral obligation to create content to help people. Maybe us adults have a moral obligation to get society started again. Right? Maybe we just have to do it, guys. Us adults, I mean. Like, maybe we just have to start groups again. We just have to get it done. We have to book venues. We have to pay for the venues. We have to book catering. We have to get the word out. We have to, like, put up flyers in the local grocery stores on Facebook. We have to do all of those logistics and get the world turning over again. Bjorna says, I wouldn't even dare opening a social group. No idea where to even begin. Well, good place to begin is what's the social group for? The good news is that if you decide to start a social group for, say, Pokemon, like, the people that come to your social group are going to be just like you. Because they also love Pokemon. If you're going to start, like, a bridge club for bridge, you know, you're going to get bridge players, which, you know, people that love bridge are probably pretty similar to you. So, you just got to, like, choose a something. Something that'll get people together and make it. Miss Money says, as a school bus assistant, I see how the pandemic has affected people of all ages, classes, and career paths. Makes me sad sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, as public servants, you guys must really see it close up and personal on a daily basis, for sure. Almost broke this pickaxe, too. Maybe we're all just like... Are we all just waiting for an adult to fix everything? Is that what's going on right now in the world, guys? We're all just sitting at home, working from home now, right? Everybody's working from home. And we're all just waiting for an adult to step in and fix stuff. But because we're all waiting, like, no adults are actually in the room. Because all the adults are waiting too. I feel like maybe that's the problem, you know? Maybe that's what's going on around here. Money's the problem too? Yeah, certainly, you know, we're in a pretty a pretty tough time in the world financially and economically, for sure. Why are we all waiting? Well, that is the question, I suppose. I think maybe one could argue lockdown is why we're waiting. We've been Pavlonianly conditioned by lockdown. Mischievous says, I'm the adult and I'm surrounded by introverts who don't want to. Oh no. Listen, if your introverts are nerds, just give them what they need. Give them their nerdy thing and they will come, I promise. Like if they're big, you know, board gamers or MTGers or something, just set it up for them so that it is just like irresistible, right? Almost like they're bees and you just make the tastiest flower of all time, just dripping with D&D nerdy goodness that they just can't say no to. Just set it all up, send the invites out, then, you know, and you'll just see like a little head peek around the corner on the day, you know? You just see these little eyes like, is this the event? These little introverted eyes will just pop around the corner. They will come, man. That's the one thing about nerds. Like, a nerd cannot say no to awesomeness. Trust me, I know. Blossom, thank you for the biddies. The issue is essentially I need an adult. Oh, I am the adult. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I feel like that is definitely one of the issues, for sure. Zakandra says, structured society works... structured social time works really well for me as I'm an introvert, so D&D is a great idea. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, when you structure social events, it's really great for introverts because introverts know this event begins at this time and ends at this time, you know? I'm not locked into this. Like, there is an escape for me eventually. So, you know, social events like that are very good for everybody. It's a great way for the extroverts to come and make a bunch of noise and shout and have a great time. It's a great place for introverts to get their once a month social requirement fill and be able to leave, like, without feeling bad. Speaking as an introvert myself. If we're waiting now, what were we not waiting on before? I think it's a good question. An interesting question. One that I will attempt to answer. I think that before lockdown, our society was already slightly attached to the pre-internet age, where on the weekends, if you wanted to have fun on the weekends, I mean, you went out and hung out with friends. Like, that's just what you did. You know, like you would go to a friend's house or they would come to your house, or you go to the mall, you go to the arcade. Like, you were forced to actually socialize with human beings before the internet. And because it was that way for centuries, right? Remember, the internet is relatively new. The internet as we know it, the social internet, has only been around for, what? 40 years? Wait, no, not even 40 years. How long has, like, the social internet been around? The year, maybe, like, since 93 is pretty early, isn't it? 93 was still, like, MS-DOS. What are we thinking here? Like, maybe the year 2000 is when social internet... When did email start? Like, yeah, maybe, like, 95-ish. Yeah, 95-ish is when email started. IRC, like, you started to be able to chat online with people, right? About 95, 96, I reckon. Rob started using IRC in 94. Yeah, so let's say 95. So the internet's only been around for what? 20... wait. God. 2023 minus 1994... my brain can't work it out, guys. 30 years? What is it? 32 years? Is it 32 years? That's nothing, man. That's nothing. In the course of society, 30 years is just nothing. Right? 30 years is 30 years is not even one generation. So essentially what I'm saying here is that before the internet, we were forced to, well, the way that we were socializing as a species all the time. That's just how we existed. What lockdown did was, I think, of course, like the online socializing has slowly but surely become like a norm in our society over the last 30 years, for sure. But I think lockdown cemented it as such. Like, lockdown removed the previous phase of human socialization and began the new phase of human socialization, being online only. So to answer the question, what were we waiting for before? Or why weren't we waiting before? Because we were already engaging in a social, we were a social species, like a face-to-face social species, and had been for millennia. So we weren't waiting. We didn't need to wait. We weren't waiting for anything because we were already existing as a fully functioning social species. We talked on the phone a lot. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, before the internet, yeah, it was phone calls, wasn't it? I remember that, man. I remember phoning my first girlfriend. You guys remember, like, phoning your first girlfriend or boyfriend? My goodness. That was scary times, man. You kids these days, you got it so easy. Like, you meet someone that you find attractive at a party or something, you just, like, text them, right? You find them on Facebook and, like, slip into their DMs. Dudes, back in the day, we'd have to phone the people and talk to them. Like, actually, can you imagine this, young people? Okay, imagine this, right? You meet somebody you're attracted to at a party or whatever, and, like, you take their number, right? In 2023, what do? Like, you text them the next morning, you know? Like, yo, such a great time last night. And you get to think about the text that you make, right? You make your text perfect. You spend 20 minutes writing a text, like, oh man, awesome. You know, like, I'm going to make this perfect text. You text the girl or the boy, you text them, and, you know, it's all perfect, and you got the whole flirtatious, like, text planned out for the next 3 days. Back in the day, you had to phone them. You had to talk to them. And yeah, you had to phone their home phone. You didn't phone their mobile phone, their cell phone. You phoned the home phone, and the dad would answer, or the mum would answer, and you would be like, good afternoon, sir. May I please speak to Haley, please, sir? You know? So first you'd have to talk to the dad or the mum, and then you would have to talk in real time, no thinking about what your message is going to be, in real time, to the guy or the girl that you were interested in. It was intense, people. It was intense. Just sounds like hell? Yeah. It was rough. It was rough, man. Hey, but maybe it made us stronger people, right? Maybe it made us stronger communicators. Perhaps it was a skill we were learning as young people that we would then use later on in the working world, where we would not be scared to talk to a boss or talk to, you know, or go to a job interview. Because you know why? Because when we were 13, we were phoning the home of this girl or boy that we were interested in and talking to their dad for 5 minutes beforehand, answering questions like, what are your intentions with my daughter, young man? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Crazy times, man. Personally, I'd prefer the text option, just saying. By the way, I'd prefer the texting. So much easier. Also, like, it's so much easier to just ghost somebody on text, right? Like, let me expand the scenario, friends. So, you meet this girl at a party, this girl or guy at a party, you really like them. Now you're in the 90s, right? Before the internet. You got to phone the home phone, talk to the dad or talk to the mum, right? Then talk to the guy or girl that you were interested in. Now, if that guy or girl is not interested in you, so for example, they can't remember who you are, not saying that this may or may not have happened to somebody in the room right now, but it may or may not have happened to someone. Maybe they don't remember who you are. So you're like, oh, hey, Haley, what's up? And they're like, oh, hey, who's this? Oh, it's, you know, me from the party last night, remember? Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, that was so great. Yeah, so great to speak to you again. Hey, listen, do you want to go get like an ice cream at the Milky Lane this weekend? You know, because we spoke about it at the party. I think I'm busy this weekend. Oh, that's okay. What about the next weekend? I think I'm busy that weekend also. Okay. Maybe I'll phone you again later and we can maybe, yeah, phone me like next weekend. But I thought you're busy next weekend. Oh yeah, I'm busy next weekend. Phone me. Okay, phone me like, Dad, I'm on the phone. Yeah, still on the phone. Sorry, Dad. Okay, I gotta go now. Bye. Yeah. Whereas, like, if you text, right? Like, if a guy or girl texts you after, like, the next day after a party, you just don't open the text. So the guy or girl doesn't get the blue tick, right? So, like, we all know, if you text somebody that you like and they don't blue tick you, you know it's done, right? It's over. Like, that you've been ghosted. But it's just so much less painful this way. You don't actually have to have an interaction. You just look at the little tick and you see that it's gray and you're like, okay, well, that one didn't work out. I'll try the next one then. Whereas in the 90s, like, you had to go through the whole actual physical interaction of being rejected. It was brutal, man. It was brutal. Sheesh. By the way, guys, my beautiful younger brother's in chat right now. John Smith is here with a 35-month resub. One time Ren left my number on a receipt. My first date in the US of A. That is true. That is a true story, guys. That's called just being a really good older brother, right? So basically, like, my mum and I went to, and my other brother went to visit Jono in Boston where he was studying. And we all went out to like a restaurant for dinner that night. And there was a smoking hot waitress that was giving my little brother the eyeball. So my other brother and I hatched a plan. And we were like, okay, we're gonna put Jono's number on the receipt, you know? With like a call me and a smiley face. I think we made like a smiley face and a heart. And we gave the receipt to her. And as I recall, it was like quite an awkward interaction, actually, because as we were leaving the restaurant, the girl, like, we walked past her and she's like, "Oh, whose number is this? Is this your number?" And my brother was like, "Oh yeah, no, that's my I think that's my number. My older brother's put it on the receipt for me." Wow. Now that I tell the story, that is like ultimate cringe. I do apologize for that, Jono. That was rough, dude. That was rough times. That was rough. Oh man, older brothers are horrible. Blossom Web, thank you for the biddies, by the way. A little bit earlier on. Yeah, anyway. I learnt my lesson from that. I was like, okay, I'm never going to try hook my brother up again. He's old and ugly enough to do it himself, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Alright, dudes, what is the time? Oh my goodness. It is 10:30, people. Sheesh. Gotta reset up the beacon now. Because we've done a pretty good job here, actually. Let's get the Gigabug out and have a look. Not bad for like an hour and a half's work here, guys. Good job, everyone. This is what I'm talking about, man. We're making some serious progress out here. Ooh, look at this. This is going to be so cool. Zooming through there. Hell yeah, man. That is so awesome. Yeah, he did get a date out of it, exactly. Talk about ungrateful, eh? Jeez. I hooked my brother up with, like, the hottest girl in Boston, and he complains about it? Sheesh. Outrageous, man. But yeah, dudes, those were rough times back in the day. When you had to call. I also remember, at one point, like... Yeah, it's... You know what? It's really difficult to... It just makes me wonder, like, man... These are such crazy stories to be talking about in 2023, because it's just so outrageously different now compared to what it was then, and it's not even that long ago, you know. But like, dudes, I mean, let's be real. The iPhone, the smartphone as we know it, has only been around for what? 10 years? 10 years? Like, you know, like the internet text message has only been, it hasn't even been around for like a decade. It's pretty ridiculous, if you think about it, right? So, you know, like, society has changed really quickly. Really quickly. Does that make sense? It's been such an incredibly fast change. Like, most of the you know, all of the stuff we're talking about now was just done via the phone, like a decade ago. In fact, I remember a time where I had to pay a phone bill to my mum because I talked to a girl for a long time. For, you know, a few, like 3 or 4 hours every day for like a couple weeks. And the phone bill like really racked up. This was when I was a little bit older. I think I was like 19 or something. At the time I was working at like my mum got me a job at her friend's coffee shop. And I was working there, earning minimum wage there. And at the time, like, there was a girl that I would, like, after work, I would just talk to her at night, you know, for ages. But I think I racked up, like, a pretty ridiculous phone bill for my... So my mum came to me and she was like, you know, you're an adult now, and, you know, if you're going to use the phone for a really long time, you know, you need to be an adult about it and offer to pay the bill. And I was like, okay, I'm so sorry about that. How much do I owe you? And it was like 3 months' salary, you know? Yeah. It was good times though, man. She was a girl that I worked with. And I was trying really, really hard, you know? I was working that angle. Didn't even get a kiss out of that, man. You know, I had to pay like 2 months' salary for a phone bill. I didn't even get a smooch, people. Didn't even get a freaking smooch. Sheesh. Outrageous. Come to think about it, pretty weird that this dude phones you every night for like 4 hours. Starting to make sense to me why I didn't get a smooch. Ask for a refund. Just track her down on Facebook and be like, do you remember me? Yeah. So, remember those phone calls we used to have? I know this is kind of awkward, but can we go halves on the bill? Because it was hella expensive, actually. Oh, man. Just ask for a refund with a smooch? Yeah, hell yeah, I'll take that. Sure. The smooch can be the refund. I'd be happy with that. She was awesome. Oh man. Foxy Ninja Bear's got to hop off. Alright, Foxy, thank you so much for hanging out. And we see you again real soon. The Chihuahua has arrived, everybody. Obi-Wan has joined us. He has been snoozing in the TV room. Whoopsie. Watching BBC this evening. Let me see if I can get the Obi cam up. Whoops. This one? Here he is. Hey, Obi. Hi, my boy. Hi. Hi, handsome boy. Hi, handsome boy. He's chilling, man. He's chilling. I think he might need to go for a poop, though. That looks like a I need to poop face. So anyway, dudes. I think we might call it here. This is some pretty decent progress. How much further do we have? Oh, we're so close now. Okay, let's finish this. Let's finish this task. Obi's pretty well house trained now. If he does need to poop, he'll talk to me about it. He'll go sit at the kitchen door and start crying. So no more accidents in the house anymore. Alright, let's get rid of these here trees. I think we're going to hack through this entire thing tonight. I mean, we still need to turn it all into ice, of course. But this is some good solid work out here today, guys. Good job. I was going to do this off camera, but hey. It's been fun hanging out with you guys, man. You guys have definitely made me feel a lot better tonight. Thank you for listening to my my ranting. And thanks for helping me feel a lot better, man. We have got an OG alert in the house here, guys. The wonderful Matt King. 60-month resub to the face. Hey, Matt, what's happening, baby? What's happening? Floral Binary is here also with some biddies. I have more game than Rendog. This is so funny. Yeah, man. I always had terrible luck with the ladies. The trouble is that I always had great ideas, right? But they always ended up just like seeming like being creepy. You hate to see it, really. So let me give you an example. Now that we're going down this road. In my first year of university, when I first got to university, within the first like week or so, there was a girl that I was very interested in. She was just my type. She was a nerd. She was beautiful, but she didn't know it, you know? Didn't wear any makeup at all. I'm not a big makeup fan. And I was like, man, this girl's awesome. She was in my... I studied journalism at university. She was in my journalism class. And the reason that I even knew who she was is because in... I think it was like the second or the third journalism lecture, I sat next to her. And we just started chatting a bit. Just university stuff, right? Like, can I borrow your pen? You know, what did the lecturer just say? You know, just like, you know, student to student chatter. But we seemed to like get on pretty well, and we kicked, like you know, there was some chemistry there for sure. We sort of kicked off quite naturally, quite quickly, which was awesome. And we spoke to each other, you know, like outside of the lectures. We would meet up before the lecture and have a chat. You know, we were like, it was like a friendship that was, you know, that's where things start. You start with a friendship and then you move on, and then, you know, maybe there's a smooch at some point. You know, that's generally how relationships go, right? Like meet, chat, smooch, relationship. In that order, generally speaking. Anyway, there came the point where I thought, okay, we're approaching time, you know, we're approaching smooch time now. I need to like make a move, you know. I need to turn up the charm offensive here. And so what I thought I would do is try get a bit romantic, you know? Just try something, you know? Dudes, I went to a boarding school, okay? The first time I even spoke to a girl, I was like 19. So please, don't judge. Alright? I just, like, I worked from what I saw in movies. So what I thought, I thought, okay, I'm going to do something romantic. Now, I actually knew where she lived. This is where it gets creepy. This was like a boarding university, so everybody stayed on the campus in hostels, right? And my hostel was the brother hostel of her hostel, so they were right next to each other, basically. And her dormitory was on the first floor of her hostel, and her window was on the first floor, like accessible from the outside, like the outside garden. And the only reason I knew this is because one day after lectures, I walked her back to her hostel and said goodbye, and then she told me, oh, there's my room, you know, like she showed me a room. She's like, oh, that's my room over there. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So you know, like I knew where her room was. So I thought, okay, well, you know, maybe it would be a good idea if, you know, like I want things to get a bit more serious here. We're getting on with each other, you know. I think it's time for smooch times. I think you've got to step up the romance game here. And I thought to myself, okay, let's do something romantic, something that, like, other guys wouldn't do. And so I may or may not have one very early morning, approximately 5 a.m. in the morning, walked around the campus, picking wild flowers and flowers out of gardens and hedges and the fynbos in South Africa, like the wilderness around, because this campus was in like a very small town surrounded by wilderness. I may or may not have made a bouquet of flowers out of wild natural flowers that I picked out of people's gardens because I was a student. Okay, I'm not going to buy flowers; they're expensive. Flowers are expensive, people. But you know, I picked them myself at 5 in the morning, and I even like tied them together with a piece of grass. Because string, you know, I've got to go and buy string from the stationery shop. I mean, just use a piece of grass to tie the, you know, it's fine. And then I may or may not have thought to myself, well, why don't I put the flowers through her window now so that when she wakes up, she'll find them on her windowsill and be like, oh, you know, this is wonderful. Let's go for a smooch. And she would come directly to my hostel that morning and we would have a smooch. That's, of course, how it worked in my brain. Of course, the reality of the situation was as follows. Some weird dude was walking around campus picking flowers out of the lecturers' gardens, making a very strange, scary, almost, you know, horror movie bouquet out of them, tying the bouquet up with bits of grass, then proceeding to sneak around the girls' hostels at 6 o'clock in the morning, then reaching into one of the girls' bedrooms to place this very creepy voodoo doll-looking bouquet of flowers on top of the on the windowsill, unfortunately not realizing that the girl's bed was directly underneath the windowsill, and because it was still dark, instead of placing the flowers on the windowsill, placed the flowers directly onto the girl's face, promptly resulting in the girl screaming, and the culprit, me, being picked up by campus security and having to explain what the hell I was doing at 6 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, that's basically that story is basically every interaction that I've ever had with women in my life. That story epitomizes it every time perfectly, you know? I always think I have this amazing romantic idea and it always just goes horribly wrong. You live and you learn. Yeah, you certainly do. Cute, cringe, and creepy. I think just cringe and creepy, if I'm completely honest with myself. I don't think there's anything cute about it. I think just cringe and creepy. Yeah. Springfire, thank you for the biddies. How many bits to get the washing machine story? I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about, but I feel like that is probably a story that should never be told. Diablos, thank you for the 35 months in a row. Oh, goodness, guys. Goodness. So to follow up, by the way, she did laugh about it. I told her about it, the whole incident at the next journalism lecture. But I definitely creeped her out, and I was insta-pwned into the friend zone. Insta-pwned. Like headshot into the friend zone. Oh, man. My little brother's chuckling at the moment. He enjoyed that one. My pleasure, Jono, my pleasure. See, unfortunately, Jono and I are completely different, right? Because Jono is like a ridiculously good-looking and exceptionally good with the ladies type guy. He's never had any trouble with the ladies. And his older brother is like exactly the opposite. You hate to see it, really. We're gonna run out of pickaxes before we complete this task, friends. Sheesh. We're getting real close, though. We're about to break through to the other side. You do hate to see it, man. Oh, man. Dang it, where is the other side? I want to go to bed now. I've said too much. I've revealed too much of my weaknesses to you all. I'm a lady slayer, friends, okay? Don't let anybody tell you any different. There is no other side. Yes, we broke through. We'll break on through to the other side. Hell yeah, man. Look, we did it. Nice, dudes. This is... we still have this little section to do here, though. That's okay, though. That should go nice and quickly. Etho in the house. Nice. Let's give Etho a wavy face. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Oh, there's like a massive cave system here. You hate to see this. Especially when you're trying to go to bed. And you have a little chihuahua who wants to go to bed too. Hi! Bye! Let's just torch up here, shall we? Dang it! We have to get another pickaxe too. Zero is back at it with the 15 months in a row, guys. Oh yeah, what's happening, baby? We chillin', Zero, we chillin'. We're digging out a massive racecourse tunnel right now, and talking about my incredible failures to woo the women in my younger years. Yeah, I mean, you hate to see it. I don't know why I'm telling everybody this. I should be telling you about all the successful times that I wooed women. Fortunately, those are very few and far between, so I don't have many stories about those. Alas. Where is the bacon box, by the way? Oh, there it is. Dang it. Hup. Okay, I'm too old to micro that. My brain and fingers can't work that fast, I'm afraid. We should probably yoink up all of this, though. Because we're going to need it out here at the racecourse, I think. So let's pick up these resources. Thanks, Miss Money. Glad you've enjoyed the stream. Jad Wannick79 with his 6 months in a row. Love a good rain story. Thank you, Jad. Oh, speaking of the stream, guys, I had an interesting idea this week. And it mostly involves basically changing how I stream. So one of the things that I'm trying to do in my life is to spend a little bit less time in this room in particular. I do spend a lot of time in this room. In fact, I spend the majority of my life in this room, which is great, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And if I could, I would just sleep and live in this room. But I don't think it's very healthy for me. And I should probably, as a responsible adult, be a little bit more responsible about it. And so what I thought is, I have like a spare room in this house, like a pretty small room that is currently just has boxes in it. Not even boxes filled with stuff, just boxes. And I was thinking like about maybe turning that into a stream studio that would be separate from my YouTube production studio, right? So I would produce videos here in this office, but I would stream. Man, nobody's sleeping? Oh my goodness. Really? Now we're going to get poisoned. Okay. But the reason that I'm excited about this idea is because the room is like kind of small, which means I can like maybe get the webcam going again, and I could make the background like really cool, you know? Could have like really cool stuff in the background and oh my goodness, this... Wow, the sun goes down for 10 seconds and all hell breaks loose out here, man. Jeez. How strong is that bow husk thing? I'm on 1 life. Wow. So yeah, anyway. Trying to keep focused here. All this nonsense mobbage around. So yeah, I was thinking about like transforming that little room into like a stream studio. That way, like, I don't stream and produce video content in the same room. You know, it's kind of like a different environment. And I think that might be healthier for my work life to do it that way. So, just an idea, throwing it out there. Cezero, thank you very much for the 11 gifted subs. That's a second giant gift bomb this evening. Thank you very much, Zero, as always. Guys, these incredible gift bombers this evening have got us over 900 subs tonight. That is just absolutely outrageous generosity. Thank you very much, everybody. Been derailing hype trains left, right, and center. Just outrageous. This shovel's gonna break. We need to get a new shovel. Thank you very much, Sierra, and everybody else, man. Thank you all for the amazing generosity tonight. It has just been, yeah, very humbling and it means a lot, guys. Thank you. I know you're all having a tough time out there right now. You know, economy is really tough for everybody, and of course, you know, we rely on you guys to pay the bills. So, you know, the fact that you guys are being this generous even in these tough times, it means a lot to us. So thank you on behalf of me and all the other hermits that you guys support. Thank you very much. Hopefully going to do some more streams this week too, guys. I'm feeling pretty strong today, so I think maybe we stream again tomorrow. I'd like to come out here and do some testing with Etho for the next episode. I'd also like to do a TCG episode, so maybe next episode will be a TCG episode. That'll be like pretty easy to edit and stuff. And if I do that, then we can stream a bit more this week. And I think we need to stream quite a lot, man, because this is a great way for us just to keep motivated on these projects and just to keep going, you know? Because we got to get the job done. Alright, well, I mean, going to here is probably good enough for tonight. Brassy Chassis is here with some biddies too. I have a weakness for loving dorky moments. I wish I had someone do that situation to me. I would have cherished it. You tell the story so well, I can see it in my head. You're the best friend. Even your story of having such a funny escapade with wooing. Makes you a cool dog. Thanks, Brosy. Dudes, this has been some success, I would say. Thank you, Zero, for the gifted sub to Jude Face, too. I mean, the damage isn't too bad, right? See, look how cool this is. There are these gaps in the roof, right? So you'll see the racetrack like underneath. We're going to have to repair this line that I made, though. That was stupid. Shouldn't have made that line. But you see there, like, the racetrack is going to be exposed in these crack areas here. And also here a little bit. And here, maybe we can make another one there. We can dig this out. And when the track is built underneath, I think it's going to look super awesome. Yeah, look at this, right? We can artificially make these windows. Yeah, dudes, this is so cool. This is going to be great. But, yeah, I think we got to be disciplined, my friends. I think we probably have to call it for this evening. Spring Fire with the biddies here. Rain, your axe is going to despawn. Where? Where's the axe? No. Where's the axe? Wait, what? Did I drop axe? Love your faces. Thank you, guys. That was really close. That was a very good axe, too. That would have made me sad face. Thanks, guys. Nice. That was a big save. Big save. You love to see it. Here we go. Here's another area we can hack away. What are we doing? What's happening? Why are we still playing Minecraft? I'm addicted to this game, people. I cannot stop. I want to see what it looks like, though. You know how it is. Let's just undo the damage that we did. If only the real world environment was this easy to fix, right? Just boom. Rebuild. And then we'll rebuild here too. Oh, that's so awesome. That's so cool, like seeing the track underneath through the mountainside. That's awesome. This has been a fun project, guys. I've enjoyed this one. I hope you guys have too. I had the content of the stream was a bit on the negative side today, but as I was saying a little bit earlier, right? Life isn't always perfect. In fact, life is very far from perfect. And every now and then it's good to acknowledge that things aren't perfect all the time. Because they're not. Oh, we still have some layer to get rid of here, right? We've got to get rid of this. Alright. Let's do this last bit of shaving here, and then we'll call it a night, friends. We've got to clear all of this. We might run out of bacon juice here, though, which is unfortunate. Well, we'll go until we run out of juice. Yeah. Can't leave the project unfinished, right, guys? I mean, geez, we started. So let's finish. We're almost there. Now just a layer of dirt to get rid of. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Nice. Okay, we can actually like simulate going through this thing too, right? On a boat. Oh, it's 11:05. Yeah, we gotta stop now, guys. Here we go. Oh, this is gonna be so cool with a bunch of boats in here, dudes. Oh, that's gonna be epic. What an epic way to start a race, right? Like, racing through this. That's a great start to a race. That's fantastic. Okay, I'm super happy with that. We're also out of freaking rockets right now. Okay, that's it, dudes. Let's be disciplined. I need to go and sleep, and Obi needs to go outside for a poops and a peeps. Thank you very much for coming, everybody. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the biddies, all the resubs, and all the awesomeness tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me this evening, and for keeping me company and making me feel so much better today. Thank you, everybody. Love all your faces, okay? We see you again maybe tomorrow, but definitely a couple more times this week, all right? So look out here on twitch.tv. Hit the follow button if you haven't followed yet. And that'll keep you up to date with what's happening here on this channel. And we're on Twitter also. And I usually post on Twitter when I go live. So go follow us on Twitter also. Want to make sure that you're always there. Looks like Impulse and the Schizorator are busy doing things and stuffs. They are recording Naked and Afraid. I'm going to send you guys over to the wonderful, beautiful, amazing Skizzleman, alright? Love your faces, everybody. We see you again real soon, okay? Goodbye from me and Obi-Wan, the beautiful little chihuahua. We see you again real soon. Send Skizz some love from me, guys. Alright? See you guys. Bye.